What's going on, guys? It's me, Dreamliner Fan HC here, and today we have the NG Model September 2025 releases for you guys. I'm just eager to see what NG Models has to have for September 2025, especially with their release choices they had this year. Of course, with the all the trends that has been happening from all like the various like aspects in the world that promoted like caused NG to do many of these like Chinese releases and all that. But as of recent, NG has been doing future releases of like various like North American. They've been releasing future releases for like like let's say North American models like they're gonna be releasing in the future. That sparked a really interesting jump from NG models to them like doing future releases of aircrafts that we wanted. But we'll just see what has to offer for September 2025. Now, I I don't know if I actually saw like a picture because I think I may have saw a thumbnail showing these NG September 2025 releases. So we'll just see, but we'll see what those models are basically. But yeah, they had a really cool future release set. So yeah, let's get started with the hints. Now they didn't do too much for this month. They just only got a few models. So we got one Airbus A321, one Boeing 737 Max, one Boeing 747-400, two Boeing 777s, and one Boeing 787 Dreamliner. But as for the 1-200, same deal, but they released a couple of 737s, like a bunch of 737s to 1-200 scale. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5 Boeing 737s, 2 Boeing 757s, and 1 Comac C909. So we'll just see what NG Mouse has to see for the releases, and of course I did not face. I think for this strategy, I think I don't want to like go over which hints are there because like I do want to get that like that full reaction from me. But we'll see what they have to offer for September 2025. And yeah, I'm just excited to see these. And I just got back from flight lessons, but I think after my flight lessons is when I saw that NG did release their September 2025 releases. They have not post the releases on their Instagram page, which I don't know why. So we're just gonna take a look at their website. So with that being said, let's get started with the NG Model September 2025 releases. And yeah, it just says September 2025. I think they kind of changed on how they did update this website to kind of like, like color code what's what. So let's get started with releases with phone calls coming in like nobody's business. But we do got an American Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8 and 1-200 scale. And ooh, I actually like this. So to really like pretty much like include they did included an accessories tab, which as you can see, yeah, they did update this website. So this is just a regular standard livery American Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8. So I do like the variety I'm seeing in these 1-200 to 1 to what am I saying? 1-200 miles, yes. And yeah, from 2 months ago to last month, NG has been doing more US varieties on the 1-200 scale. So we're seeing some kind of like trend right here for NG models. But it's really cool on how American or NG's doing they're doing a regular livery American Century 8 and 1-200 scale. And yeah, it should be a nice model for all the US collectors. So that aircraft is registered November 355 Papa uniform. And I do like the fact that they updated, like kind of like color coded which was which. So this one says a standard, so this is just a standard release American 78 and 1-200 scale, and it's bolded and has a nice bold 1-200 and has like a blue stroke. And what's also included are some accessories, which I'm thinking they include a stand, and I think that symbol represents a CRP point, which I think that's how it goes. So I do like on how NG updated this website, but we'll see if we get some more cool models in this release set. So we got our 1-200s right there. Next up, we do have another American Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8 standard. So just the same livery, nothing really too special about it. But I don't know if NG can also try to do like a, winglet aircraft. And I have no idea why it's not loading. There we go. So kind of like the same deal as before. So like the same as the previous one with 355 Papa uniform, but this aircraft is registered November 9027 November. So you can pick which one is which, or which falls in your collecting criteria, or which registration you like to get. Okay, so next up we do have a China Southern C919 with a golden fuselage, and I believe that's some kind of like Dream. It says Dream, which yeah, it kind of looks a bit whack when I look at it, but these are made, like, since NG likes to cater the Chinese market, they kind of make some exotic models like this one, this Golden Fuselage C919 for China Southern, which it looks, honestly, it does look really weird when I look at it, because, like, why would this exist? I mean, I understand it's like a fantasy livery or a dream model, but yeah, it kind of like looks whack when I look at it. But still, I mean, again, they cater more on the Chinese collectors, so they can release some really exotic models from that lineup. So like something like this. They also made some like 1 to 240, like what? Yeah, they got some really interesting stuff for the Chinese market. So that aircraft is right here, Bravo 9019 Juliet, and this plane comes with a stand, and yeah, this is 1 to 240, but yeah, it's like a bigger scale, but that's coming in at $34, which that's interesting, I gotta say. It's really interesting. Alright, next up, we do have another C919. This is also a 1 to 240 scale, and this could be another dream model, or some kind of, I'll just say, yeah, I don't know what the legend means for a dream, so I'm not really sure what that really means. But yeah, it's same deal. It kind of looks like an NG Light in a way, but yeah, that's that. But I can't really complain too much. These are just these kinds of scales. Those are catered more to the Chinese market people. So that aircraft is registered Bravo 657 Juliet. Okay, so yeah, kind of like the same deal. It's like the same deal as the one with the golden fuselage, but the difference is it now has the white fuselage. All right, next up, okay, we do have another. Okay, okay, this is just the same thing, but this particular aircraft is the first C919 for China Southern, so there is really no big difference about it. I'm not sure if they did this before, but yeah, it's kind of like coming into my mind that they may have done this before. But yeah, Bravo 919 or Juliet is the same registration as the one with the golden fuselage, so can't really complain. But most of these prices are $29, which again, like, that's crazy on how a 1 to 240 costs that much money instead of, like, you know, like, but I think it's a smaller scale than a 1 to 200. So yeah, maybe that could be the reason. I don't know why they put it at that price, but yeah, just Chinese economy stuff. That's all I can say. All right, moving on. Next up, ooh, this is really cool. So we have a U.S. Air Force C-32A, and I think that's Air Force 2. Ooh, it is Air Force 2. Okay, so this is a really cool addition right here. So Air Force 2 is coming in a 1/200 scale and from NG models. Surprise on how they're gonna make this. So basically, Air Force 2. Well, technically, this is an aircraft. This is a Boeing C-32, which is a military variant of the 757. But Air Force 2, this plane technically is not called Air Force 2. Many people will like to call this Air Force 2, but Air Force 2 is the call sign if the vice president boards this aircraft, like boards an airplane. But mostly the vice president would take this C-32, and therefore that's the call sign, Air Force 2. I have seen Air Force 2 in the past. Not sure if I saw this particular plane, but I would love to see NG models releasing this in 1/400 scale, because I think Gemini Jets was the last one who released this in 1/400 scale, unless some other manufacturer did it. But I would actually love to see this in 1/400 scale on their really good 757 model 1/400 scale. So hopefully that's in the future. Anyways, that aircraft is registered in 19er-0018, and this is coming in a 1/200 scale once again, and then you got all the accessories that are going to be included. And I believe this is another Air Force 2. Yes, that is another Air Force 2, so really nice. We're getting some variety right here. I mean, this is a duplicate, but this is a duplicate of a North American model, so I think many collectors, despite the duplicates of these models, at least it's not a Chinese model or anything. So really happy to see that NG's trying to like add some variety to the North American side. But why not? Why is it? I mean, they're doing this in 1/200 scale, but hopefully we can see some variety in 1/400 scale in the future. So that aircraft is now registered 9080001. But yeah, as I was saying, like, I think NG should do something like this in the 1/400 variety, in the 1/400 scale markets for their releases. Okay, man, I believe this is gonna be a long video. Let's be honest. I mean, we're already past 7 minutes into the video, but yeah, I believe this is gonna be a hefty release. I mean, from what I'm seeing on the future releases, like the hints, it's a small release, but I think the variety, like the full release set, it really depends. but we'll see how that goes as we have a China Eastern Boeing 737-800 coming in 1/200 scale. Again, NG trying to cater to the Chinese market quite too often since that's basically their main, I would say, like main market. So yeah, here's a China Eastern 738 looking very nice right there. I mean, it's just a plain, like there isn't really too special about the livery. It's just an all white fuselage, and you just only have 2 colors. Well, you can include 3 if you counted a gray engine, but they're just 2 primary colors. That's it. So there's nothing really too special about the China Eastern livery. Well, that aircraft is right here, Bravo 2060, and yeah, let's see what's next. Again, nothing really too special about it. Just another duplicate of a China Eastern 738, which technically many collectors, especially US collectors, don't really need. But yeah, that's how NG rolls right there. Bravo 1309 is the registration. Okay, so now we move up. Ooh, okay, EVA Air Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner. Wait a minute, have they released this last month? Yes, they did. But yeah, okay, so they're releasing another one of those, like, yeah, they did this last month, but they're releasing the special design 787 livery for EVA Air, which I have not gotten a chance of getting yet. I just only have the EVA Air 7810 in the Starlines livery, but maybe at some point, if I can try to get this one, because I do like the design. But last month, NG did release, or maybe I think it was last month from what I know, but NG did release a standard livery 789 in 1/4 scale. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll get that in the future. And for the 1/4 scales, they have like a bold text with a gray stroke. So the aircraft is registered Bravo 17882, and there isn't really much anything like some kind of accessory that's gonna be included. But I think this gold part, I'm not really sure what that is, but yeah, I think this model should have a CRP. But yeah, or maybe some kind of like special card that's included, which I'm not sure if that's the point or something, but yeah, that's there. So we have the EVA Air 789 Dreamliner, which I think that's the only Dreamliner that's released in 1/4 scale. Okay, we got another one. Alright, so is it the same design? Yeah, I mean, nothing really too special about it, but yeah, that's that. That aircraft is registered Bravo 17883, so they're doing the sister ship of 882, so interesting right there. Next up, okay, Cathay Pacific Airbus A350-1000. Alright, so, I mean, I understand that NG has been doing these A350-1000s already. They just did one like a few months ago, and now they're gonna do another one, which I'm not sure why they're trying to like do another one. I mean, like, just in some kind of aspect, they kind of like tend to release Cathay models, which technically speaking they haven't done before. But they're starting to do more of these Cathay models for some reason, which I'm surprised. But yeah, a really cool model right there, looking very nice, and we'll see if I can try to get one. I do have a Cathay A350-900 in my collection already, but I have seen the A350-1000s on some of my past plane spotting sessions. I think the last time I see one was when I was in Taipei, Taiwan, like in 2023. So yeah, we'll see if I can get this aircraft in the future. But that aircraft is registered Bravo Lima X-Ray Oscar. So it's really nice that NG Models is now catering to the Hong Kong collectors. So very nice. Alright, so now moving on. Next up, and we do have another Cathay Pacific A350-1000. Yeah, just like nothing really too special. So same deal. Bravo Lima X-Ray Hotel is now the registration of that aircraft. Okay, so we got our A350-1000 for Cathay. Next up, we got an that's really cool. So A319neo, which I don't think that has never been done before. Okay. Alright, so yeah, that is interesting. NG has never done an A319neo before. More in particular in 1/200 scale. I am not sure if they actually did one in 1/400 scale. I couldn't recall, but oh man, it's kind of like really difficult to understand. So that's really cool right there. It's really interesting on NG is coming up with an A319neo in 1/200 scale. They have never announced that before, so I'm surprised. But we might see an A319ceo in 1/200 scale from NG in the future. So hopefully that's around. But yeah, this is really cool right there. I mean, this is actually a really colorful livery. It's like, I mean, it's a white fuselage, but you got some, like a rainbow that is, like, over here, it starts from the forward area of the airplane, and it comes all the way close to the empennage area of the aircraft. So I do like the livery design, but it's not really in my collecting criteria. So that aircraft is registered Bravo 32 Foxtrot Foxtrot, and this is officially released by To Be Announced. Yes, to be announced. So who knows what's the future of this model? But yeah, it's an official release by, well, we don't know. Okay, and then we do have this one, the first AC-19neo for this particular airline, which I think from the name, I think that's named Tibet Airlines. So yeah, this could be their first AC-19neo for Tibet Airlines, and yeah, this is officially released by this airline. I think that's what it means. So yeah, so technically speaking, these could be NG's first AC-19neos, which, I mean, the AC-19neo, it doesn't really sell well in the market because like it's been small size. So yeah, I think another problem on why the AC-19neo is not selling well is because I think it has to do with the engines, because I believe it adds in the weight to the aircraft, and considering how the AC-19 has a smaller airframe, and the Pratt & Whitney engines or LEAP-1A engines are really big, it kind of adds in the weight to the aircraft. Therefore, I think like it may have some kind of problem with the weight of the plane. But yeah, that's there. I mean, it's what it is. I mean, the AC-19neo exists, and yeah, I wish it'd sell well. But yeah, like with all these aspects, I don't think many airlines other than Chinese airlines are really considered wanting to fly an AC-19neo in their fleet. I mean, Spirit was gonna be having one, but yeah, that has changed. So that aircraft is registered Bravo 32 Alpha Juliet. And yeah, you have all these like remarks right there. The first AC-19neo for Tibet Airlines, and it's officially released by Tibet Airlines. Which, at first glance, I thought that said To Be Announced, but looking at the airline's name, it's Tibet Airlines, which I believe this could be like the 3-letter code for the airline, if I were to take a guess. Alright, so now move on. We do have a China Eastern Boeing 777-300ER, and this is in the Shanghai Museum livery. And as I pull it out, okay, there it is. So it actually it's a really, really nice livery. So you can see the Shanghai Museum, and you can see all like the various like I would say like cultural aspect, like these details right there. It's a really nice livery, and this could be one of China Eastern's latest special liveries. And they did release some pictures of it, so let's see what it looks like. And there she is, which honestly, NG Molds did a stunning job with this model right there, especially when they updated their 777 molds. So you can see I think the main change is the APU, which I think NG did a wonderful job on redesigning the APU, because I think before they didn't have a much more accurate APU before, but I think they made it much more better. And I do love the details on the fan blades too. So that's really nice that NG did updated their 777-300ER mold and 200ER mold, which that's what I love to see. And they actually had like some kind of like, oh, you can have this, you gotta like do that, you can like wish for that, and now they're officially releasing it in September 2025. So that aircraft is registered Bravo 7349er, and yeah, it's a very nice livery, I gotta say. Alright, moving on, we do have another, okay, so this is coming in the Ultimate Collection. So it's the exact same livery, but now that's coming in an Ultimate Collection package. And I do love on how they labeled the Ultimate Collection. It's in a like some kind of like dark background, and the Ultimate text is labeled in gold. So that's what I like. I do like this kind of like new approach from NG Models. And I don't know what happened over here, but I think that's some kind of like something. But yeah, this is gonna be coming in an Ultimate Collection package, and let's have a look at the image. So images are the same as always, looking at the model, but let me see. Okay, so let's see if there's like a box image. Okay, there's not apparently. So yeah, but yeah, you should expect it's the same box design, but it's in the Ultimate Collection package, so that's really cool. Next up, we do have a China Eastern, or not China Eastern, China Southern 777-200ER, and this is in the Pearl of the South titles, which I'd assume it's over here right there. So I think that's the aircraft's name or something, but yeah, here's their 777-200ER. Nothing really too special. These don't fly outside of like these don't fly to North America. Basically, they would mainly fly in like domestic Asia or possibly Middle East, I guess. But yeah, that's there. So yeah, this. Technically speaking, this aircraft could be named the Pearl of the South. Not really sure the whole aspect about this name, but yeah, that's there. But yeah, really cool aircraft though for the Chinese collectors. That aircraft is registered Bravo 2057, And yeah, this is also coming in a 1/400 scale. And then we do have just a regular China Eastern 777-200ER. Well, not really. It has some kind of like name, but this is the aircraft that did the inaugural flight to Los Angeles, or LAX, and that took place on July 20th of 1997. So they use this particular aircraft basically to fly to LAX for their inaugural flight there, which I think, technically speaking, that could be on that date. That could be the first time China Eastern flew to LAX. But I think nowadays, like today, China Eastern still flies to LAX, and I think they've been using the 777-300ERs for that route. So that aircraft is registered Bravo 2056, the sister ship of 2057. Alright, so now moving on. Next up, and we just have a regular China Eastern 777-200ER, nothing really too special. Just the same deal as before, so can't really talk too much about it. But they did the sister ship of these two planes, Bravo 2055. Alright, moving on, and then we do have a 737-800 coming in a 1/200 scale. This is in the energetic Zhuhai livery, which that's a really amazing livery design right there. I do like the aspects of the livery, which, yeah, it looks really nice. Again, Chinese airlines have a really nice job on their special liveries, but technically speaking, many collectors don't really want this because it doesn't fall under collecting criteria. Majority of the US collectors, but I know some people would like this. But yeah, this is a really nice special livery right there, and I think China Eastern did a nice job on it. So that aircraft is registered Bravo 1781. And as I scroll down, let's see what we have next. We do have Zhuhai City of Use. And yeah, that's another special livery. So yeah, here it is right there. Another really nice design, especially from China Eastern, or China Southern in this case. And yeah, just like the aspects of the livery, the details, the scenery, it just really looks really nice. Looking very nice for China Southern right there. So that aircraft is registered Bravo 1700. Alright, so now we move on. Next up we have, oh yes, this should be a nice model for the European collectors right there. We have we do have an Air Europa Boeing 737 MAX 8. So yeah, here it is right there. Looking very nice in 1/400 scale. This is going to be an exciting model for the European collectors, and yeah, that should be a very nice model right there. Looking very nice, and yeah, catering to all the European collectors right there. I think many European collectors want this model. So yeah, looking very nice right there. That aircraft is registered Echo Sierra, Oscar Golf Sierra, and if you'll excuse me guys, I'll be right back. Okay, after that quick intermission, let's move on downwards as we have oh, okay. Oh man, this is gonna be really cool right there. Boeing 747-400 prototype in the house livery. I think it's just, oh yes sir. This is gonna be really exciting right here. It's in the standard livery, but this is gonna be labeled as an ultimate collection, which I don't know why it was not labeled an ultimate collection, but this is actually gonna be really cool. So we got our first 747-400 for the North Americas. This one I will definitely get if they release a standard version, but that is really cool. The aircraft is registered November 401 Papa Whiskey, which I did see the exact airframe at the Delta Flight Museum. This particular plane now has the Delta Airlines livery and is displayed at the Delta Flight Museum, which is really cool. So yeah, this is the first 747-400 in their fleet. So that is awesome right there, and it's nice to preserve that particular airframe at the Delta Flight Museum in the Delta Airlines livery. That is really awesome. So we'll be getting that if they release a standard version, which I will. So looking very nice to hear. Same deal, same song, second verse, but this will be the standard version. So that model is on my list right there. That is going to be a really exciting model. Can't wait to get my first 747-400 from NG Models. And yeah, hopefully the model looks really amazing. So looking forward to getting this model. Alright, so now moving on. Next up we have an Asiana Airlines Airbus A321. Nothing really too significant, but this aircraft features sharkless, which should be interesting for all the South Korean collectors. So this one has just the arrow, which is kind of like the pre-Korean Air merger, which yeah, that's that. And I'd assume they're going to be releasing one without the red arrow. So that aircraft is registered Hotel Lima 8038, and let's see if we have that. Yes, we do. So yeah, nothing really too different about the Asiana livery, but after the Korean Air Asiana merger has been confirmed. They removed the red arrow on basically all their airplanes. So yeah, that's the only difference right there. So that aircraft is the sister ship of this particular plane, Hotel Lima 8039er. So yeah. Alright, so now moving on, and I think that's it. But they do got some additional stands right here, like this unpainted plastic stand alongside a painted plastic stand, and those are for the 1400 748s and the 1400 8050. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, that's just a small release set once again, like nothing really too significant, but we got a handful of future releases like an Isonair Pan Am livery, and there's a 737-900ER Qatar, there's China Eastern, there's the Korean Air 748, there's some Hawaiian Airlines AC-21neo, which I'm definitely excited because I've been requesting NG for this for a long time, and then they're going to be releasing it in the future, so I'm super excited for that. They're also going to be releasing the Lilo and Stitch ones too, and the A230, so I'm definitely excited for that. There's some more really cool varieties, and this particular registration, oh my god, I'm definitely excited for this. This is the Hawaiian Airlines Airbus AC-21neo I requested on the NG. What is that? It's on the NG wish list, and they're doing this exact registration in the future. Oh my god, this is literally the highlight for me. As you can see, I requested this registration, and I'll go over once that plane is released in a proper release set. But yes, I'm really excited for this. Totally gonna be getting that. And then of course we got the Korean Air 333, which I'm excited. So yeah, that's it for this release set for NG models. Again, nothing really too significant about like all the varieties I'm seeing from NG models, but at least they're starting to cater more on the North American side of things, especially for the 1/200 scale department. So as for the models I'll be getting for this month, mainly the big highlight, well, nothing much on the 1/400 basically. There isn't really too much North American varieties in the 1/400 market. But one model I will be getting from this, like just an immediate pickup, is the House Livery Boeing 747-400. So yeah, looking forward to getting that. But for the models I'll be saving for a future, like something in the future, excuse me, will be the Cathay Pacific Airbus A350-1000 and the EVA Air 787-9 in this livery. I'll also try to get the standard livery 7872. So yeah, that's it for this video. Overall, what do you think of this release set? I'm hoping I can see more NG models releases that are kind of like catering more to the North American side of things. It's kind of like getting there, but not really seeing that many models. But I do like the variety I'm seeing right here, and yeah, hopefully we can see like something even better for NG models as the months progress in 2025. So, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and turn on the bell icon so you won't miss a new video like this anytime soon. Man, I need to like take a deep breath for a moment. So, that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Good night.